Welcome back to the channel, and today I want to test various types of suspension in different off-road vehicles that I found on the workshop on this custom-built suspension testing course, which is very bumpy, very uneven, which makes it the perfect course to test these vehicles on. So this map was custom-made by Slaz Snipes on the workshop, and it is just called Suspension Test. So that's exactly what we're going to be using it for. So I've subscribed to a handful of vehicles that are focused on off-roading and suspension in one way or another, at least according to the title or thumbnail of it. So we're gonna start with this one, which is just called Suspension by Fordman. And if you look at it, it's got some really interesting suspension going on here. It looks like the wheels are attached to this bar, and then the ends of this bar is attached to suspension, and then that is also attached to suspension. So when we drop it off here, you can see it's got some pretty decent flex to it. So let's go ahead and let's drive from the beginning to the end. I don't know how long that's gonna take, but I'm gonna try to drive this thing from the beginning to the end of this course, and we're gonna see how it behaves. And I think comparing the different vehicles is gonna be really interesting to see how the different types of suspension work. All right, here we go. I'm just gonna go for it. And right off the bat, this thing seems so soft of a ride, given what our road looks like here. You know what? I should probably test this against one of my off-road vehicles that is not at all tuned for actual off-roading. The bumper on this thing is a little far ahead of the wheelbase, so it tends to bump into the ground there. I guess, hey, it's a bumper. What's it doing? It's bumping. It's bumping the ground, living up to its name. And this vehicle itself is also living up to this name, being suspension. I'm actually really surprised at how well this is working. I gotta take some inspiration for this. Look at that. I mean, the only flaw with this vehicle going over here is just that the front wheels don't cushion the front bumper enough because the bumper sticks out too much. But we made it across, and that was pretty much amazing. Okay, so somewhere, oh, here it is. I built my own trophy truck a long time ago, and I really built this thing more based off of aesthetics. I didn't really fine-tune the controlling of it very much. But underneath, it does have trophy truck inspired suspension, where this whole back wheel axle assembly is hooked on suspension that flexes from like more around the midpoint. So let's see how this thing feels going across here for compare. It's a lot faster, that's for sure. But actually, I gotta be honest, this is doing better than I even expected. I did not have, okay, see, I'm just really bouncy though, but I'm also a lot faster. Okay. That's all right. Let's go. That's my vehicle for comparison. Now let's go to some other, probably much more effective vehicles. All right, up next is this thing. What? Oh, okay, this is crazy. This is called Suspension Off-Road Buggy version 2 by Short Giraffe 1579. So the wheels up here are really interesting. Yeah, I mean, according to the description, I think this thing was built for like rock crawling and stuff. So that's kind of interesting. All right, we got some. Oh, I can actually put into position the side view mirrors. We got lights. We got a horn. And yeah, then we just got our driving. So let's see how this thing does. Whoa, the whole body of this, okay. The whole body of this thing rocks. Do you see that? Look at that. That's really interesting. All right, let's pay some closer attention here. So you know what might be an interesting factor is just speed in general. Obviously, the slower you go over stuff like this, the more your vehicle is going to have time to adapt to the changes in terrain. Whoa, look at that. That was crazy. Just the way this vehicle flexes is so interesting. It's not even really necessarily about what does better or worse. It's just interesting to see what does different. Yeah, like I was saying, this thing is crazy, but that suspension up in the front actually tends to rub, I think, against the bottom. So let me just get rid of that and see if this feels better. I think that was actually hurting me more than helping me. It might be good for like actual rock crawling, but this is more of just off-roading here. Oh yeah, this feels so much better already. Oh, look at that. That's amazing. This is so good. The flexing when like we get knocked off axis, it flexes and like it just hugs the terrain. Like, look at that. That's crazy. All right, this is a cool one. This is a really, really cool one. Okay, up next we have the O-Flex Rock Crawler by Oedipus Flex. So this one has some interesting controls here. Apparently we can raise and lower the suspension. Oh yeah, oh, okay. Oh no, oh, I may have overdone it. Let's go and raise, oh yeah, look at, oh my goodness. It just lets you keep going. There's no limits. There's no limits on raising or lowering the suspension. That's funny. Oh, that's what it, so it has like a throttle lock function. So like right now I'm not pressing anything, but it's just going at that speed. Then if I hold down shift, you can see I increase speed and then it just maintains that speed. And then if I press G, it automatically brakes us. And if I release G, now it's automatically go. That's interesting. Or I could just have it be manually controlled with WASD. All right, let's get on the course now. This thing just has a lot of interesting functions. I'm gonna lower my suspension a little bit, just a little bit, and let's see how it feels going across here. This one's a little bit slower. There's a lot of suspension going on in here if we look at it. Oh boy, whoa boy. This is really interesting. There's a lot going on in here. The whole body also tilts side to side. Man, look at this. These are some complex mechanics going on in some of these vehicles. But this one's doing pretty well. Let's see what happens if I raise the suspension a little bit. Yep, definitely lifting. Oh no, too much. Oh! There's such a fine line between like normal and then overdoing it. See, now we're like a monster truck suspension. This is crazy. The amount of lift our body has over the wheels. Oh, I accidentally left this vehicle over here. Well, definitely behaving like a monster truck. Just destroyed that car. All right, so now this one is just called off-road trophy truck. So let's compare this. Oh, that looks really nice. Let's compare this to my trophy truck, I guess. Yeah, it looks like it has a similar type of suspension, but it feels a lot softer than mine did. Okay, let's not just drive into a cliff. Man, this is such a good paint job. The aesthetics of this are awesome. All right. Oh, look, this thing is so much softer than mine. Mine bounced like crazy. This thing absorbs it so well. I mean, obviously it's like the dampenings and stiffness settings can be fine-tuned for that. But it also, the way that the suspension is done on this is a little bit different than mine. Oh, whoops. It is a little bit different than mine. It looks like there's doubled up suspension on the front wheels, as you can see now. The pesky wheel's not blocking the view. And there is steering hinges on the back set of suspension, which I did not use steering hinges. I think I built mine before you could actually adjust the strength of the steering hinges. Look at that, even with 3 wheels, this thing's a beast. Man, really well done on this trophy truck. The suspension feels so satisfying, and it looks amazing too. Yeah, so this one was made by Wesley 2011. All right, so then up next we have Off-Road Buggy by Shark Killer, and I don't know. Ooh, this one's got some speed. I don't know if it's gonna have the ground clearance for this. Oh boy, oh no. So it looks like this just has your standard, easy to do Trailmaker suspension, which is just wheels hooked up to suspension that is then hooked up to the vehicle. So this is definitely, I think it's more aesthetically tuned to look like an off-road buggy, but it does not feel functionally tuned to do some off-roading. It's a very bouncy ride and very difficult to control on this. But hey, we're getting across it, right? Oh, okay. Spoke too soon. But at least we're getting some context here that building more complex suspension mechanisms actually does have some distinct advantages over this just basic suspension here. But I can't appreciate the aesthetics of this. This is a really nice looking buggy. All right, then up next, ooh, this is different. This is Soft Suspension Monster Truck by Kiod's 1990. Hey, that's the year I was born. All right, oh, that engine looks awesome. All right, so let's take a look under. It looks like it's got the same suspension on the front and the back with 2 hinges that are probably set to flex at a certain strength. So let's see how that does compared to the normal suspension. See, man, with these vehicles, having the bumper stick out at all, it's just a recipe for disaster on some of these deeper bumps. Oh, did we lose? No, no. Oh, when your suspension flexes too hard. All right, let's repair ourselves, try this again. Yeah, man, that suspension might be a little bit too soft. I mean, it's getting us over the bumps without too much of an issue. Actually, this is really nice now. I found my groove. Oh, okay, I lost my groove. I found that groove with my face. All right, well, moving on, we got another buggy here. This buggy looks amazing, but why is it skidding across the ground like that? This is called Buggy Car by Ibrahimov EGY. I may have looked at this one a long time ago. It's hard to tell. I looked at like hundreds and hundreds of creations, but look, it looks like we've got a type of like double wishbone suspension. Oh, this looks awesome. I don't know if this has the ground clearance to really drive at speed without taking some damage. Yeah, that's what I was worried about. We lost our engines. All right, come on, you can do it. Like, it looks like it's gonna do so well, the suspension, but the ground clearance of the car isn't built for this course in particular. But look at that. That's just, oh, the suspension looks like it's gonna do so well until our bumper just catches the ground and ruins everything. All right, I'm just gonna go slower because I just want to walk. I want to see the suspension doing its thing. It looks so nice. Uh-oh, this is a bad spot to be. Okay, here we go. Oh, that's a bad spot to be. Yeah, there we go. This is a good course for the suspension test. This is I thought it was gonna be looking at it from the thumbnail, it looked like it was gonna be pretty extreme, but this is tolerable. This is like realistic, I feel like. All right, well, there we go. That's not too bad that time on the double wishbone there. But yeah, definitely probably more geared towards just more gradual bumps and whoops and stuff like that. Definitely not this jagged terrain. All right, so then here we have Amazing Suspension 2 by RS Teal. So what is going on here? There's a lot of stuff. So there's a link here. This is hooked into steering. Does it actually do something? No, I guess maybe it has a small effect. It doesn't seem very strong though. Yeah, the strength is only at 14, so it's not really gonna contribute that much. But then we got these servos, which are on strength 0. So these are pretty much bearings right here. And then there's suspension in between those. This is like, and there's suspension up here. What? This is such a weird suspension mechanism. I don't know if it's based on anything, but let's see how it functions. This thing definitely has the ground clearance and no bumpers to get in the way. So this thing shouldn't have any self-destruct issues. Whoa. Whoa. Oh, nice. Oh, that is really nice. Oh, ooh, I just hit a bad part of the course there. Yeah, my wheel got caught right in that groove there. That was just a bad spot, but this thing's doing amazing. It just hugs the ground. This is really nice. Yeah, this is definitely one of the more strange looking suspensions, but surprisingly also one of the better performing. That's really cool. I just realized this thing has boost. I gotta try it with boost now. You ready? There we go. This is probably not gonna be good. Oh boy. Oh boy. This is not meant for these. This course is not meant for these speeds. Okay, then up next, we have a realistic four-wheel drive trophy truck pre-runner by Dr. Observation. So, oh, interesting. Interesting layout of the suspension under here. Okay, and then on the front, we just got some more interesting stuff. Huh. Okay, well, let's see how it functions. Oh, the wheel, you can see the wheels cambering. Interesting. All right, it's supposed to be realistic. Oh boy, this one's definitely, oh boy. It's a little bouncy. Just a little bouncy on this one. Okay, here we go. We're just barely, we're getting luck. Okay, something went wrong. Oh, our suspension got nudged up into our body. All right, well, apparently this suspension test course isn't realistic enough for this realistic four-wheel drive trophy truck. You can do it. Survive. I mean, you can definitely see the suspension doing its job. It just feels a little bit too stiff. Oh no, now it's okay. Apparently I found the line. I found the groove to make it work now. It's doing so well. Oh, there we go. There we go. That was actually doing really well that time. You can definitely see that some vehicles are really well tuned for like more subtle changes in terrain and like really smoothly gliding over that, but there's some really big grooves and dips in this terrain. All right, and then last up, I saved this one for last, just because I thought it would be the most silly and hilarious to end off on. This is called Suspension by Game Over. I really have no idea. Wait, does this thing even, oh, it does turn. Okay, yeah, I have no idea what to expect with this. But here we go. Full speed ahead. Let's see how it does. I mean, I almost feel like there's no way this thing can fail. it's got such a wide wheelbase, and it's just all wheels. Like, what's gonna happen? You're gonna have wheels in contact with the ground. Like, it's an octopus. It is actually, no, it's more than an octopus. It's a decapus. You know what? I gotta be honest. I thought this one would be a lot worse than it actually is. I thought it would be really floppy and just collapse on itself pretty much, but this thing is probably actually the most OP out of all of them. I think that it's the least likely to take any damage and the least likely to flip over or have any issues getting from one side to the other. I mean, look at this. There's no issues. I'm actually kind of surprised that the wheels don't end up getting damaged from impact, but it's kind of flawless. I think out of all of them, this might be the most flawless one. I mean, I guess it kind of also fits the bill. It's literally just suspension, and this is a suspension test. So the more suspension you bring, the better you're gonna do on the test, I suppose. So in your opinion, out of all these very different types of creations that are designed for off-roading, which one do you think was the best? Which was your favorite? Let me know down in the comments below. If you want to see some more interesting stuff in Trailmakers like this, let me know what you'd like to see. I'll be looking for some more ideas down in the comments. If you enjoyed this video, you'll probably enjoy some more that you can find on the channel right here on the end screen. Hope this video has earned your subscription. Anyway, this has been ScrapMan, and I'll see you next time. Bye.